Okay, hello everyone, welcome to the OneClass channel. My name is Andrew and I'm currently doing Stat and Math at University of Toronto. And today we'll be going over some commonly asked mathematics questions at both the high school and college level. And if you need some homework help or tutoring, please check out the link in the description below. So now let's start our session. Okay. So the first question today is asking us, how do we let me just zoom in a little bit. Okay. So yeah, it's asking us, how do you convert 25% into a fraction in its simplest form? All right. So we're given 25%, and we need to convert that into a fraction. So a percent is just part of 100. So therefore, 25% is also equal to 25 over 100. So just imagine we have a cake and we cut it to 100 pieces, and we only need 25 pieces of them. So that's what a fraction as 25 over 100 means. So by expressing this in the simplest form, we can divide the both numerator and denominator by 5 first. So 25 divided by 5 is 5, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. And now we found out that we can still divide by 5 for both bottom and top. So 5 divided by 5 is equal to 1, and 20 divided by 5 is equal to 4. Yeah. So 1 over 4 should be our answer for this question. And it is already in its simplest form. Okay? So now let's leave a comment there. Or if you know that 25 and 100 can be divided by 25, you can just do it in one step. Yeah, but either way works. Solution is correct. Okay, so our next question is asking us to convert 0.16, so 0.16 as a fraction. Okay, so to convert a percent value into a fraction, we must know symbol come from two words, so which are percent. Okay, so per, it just means for every, and cent means 100. Okay, so therefore percent just means for every 100. Okay, so now coming back to this question, we have our 16%, so which can also be written as 16 over 100, and we need to simplify the fraction in its lowest term. So simplify the fraction in its lowest term. Yeah, and to reduce a fraction to its lowest form, we express the numerator and denominator as a product of its prime factors. Okay, so in terms of 16, we know that is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And the reason, how I'm getting this is I was using this way. You don't need to show this part in your exam paper. It's just for you to just to remind yourself how you get this. So 16, like first, it could be represented by 8 times 2, right? And because 8 times 2 is equal to 16. And we know that 2 is a prime number already, so we cannot do too much on it. So now we just need to focus on the 8 part. So 8 can also be written as 4 times 2, right? Because 4 times 2 is equal to 8. And we got 2 again, so we just leave it there. So now we only need to deal with the 4 part. So 4 is equal to 2 times 2. And now we get all prime numbers, just 2, 2, 2, 2, right? So now we just need to times the value at the end of each branch, and that will be equal to 16. Yep, so that's how I got 16 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, so same thing for the 100. Let's do it this way. Okay, so let's say we got 100. Okay, so first can be written as 20 times 5, right? Because 20 times 5 is equal to 100. And we know 5 is a prime number already, so we don't need to worry about that. And then 20 can be written as 4 times 5, right? And same thing, we leave 5 just there, so we now only need to focus on the 4 part, where 4 is equal to 2 times 2. And now you see we got all prime numbers, so we just need to times the value at the end of each branch together. So which means 100 is equal to 2 times 2 times 5 times 5. Okay, so our next step will be canceling out the common factors. Which is 16 over 100. And then we just copy down what we have earlier. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 times 5 times 5, right? And now you can see that we got 2 times 2 as a numerator, and we also got a 2 times 2 on the denominator. So which means we can cancel them out. Alright, so that will leave us 2 times 2 over 5 times 5. And then we just do our multiplication, which gives us 4 over 25. So we can write our conclusion. Therefore, 16% is equal to 4 over 25 in fraction form. And yeah, so that's all we have for this question. And yeah, let me just go over the whole step with you guys again. So first thing, we need to write it in the form as something over 100, because that's what literally what percent means, right? And then we express the numerator and denominator in its lowest form separately. And the way I approach this is from this sort of like a branch method. So we're figuring out the value of each branch to be a prime number, and then we just multiply them together. And then after figuring that out, we can canceling out the common factors. So that will give us the final answer in fraction form. Alright, so now let's leave a comment there. Solution is correct. Well done. Okay. Okay, so our next question is asking what is 0.8 as a fraction? 0.8 as a fraction. Okay, so the given number 0.8, it just literally means 8 tenths, or we say 8 in 10. Let's write it here. So 8 tenths or 8 in 10. So imagine you have a cake and you cut it to 10 pieces and you take 8 pieces out of the 10 pieces. Yeah, so that's what literally 0.8 means. So we can express 0.8 as 8 over 10. Okay, and since 8 and 10 are both even numbers, so we can express this to its lowest term by thinking about the larger number that can be divided from both the numerator and denominator. So let's write that down. So think. We need to think for the largest number that can be divided from both the numerator and denominator. Right? So in this case, we have 2 as the largest number to divide both top and bottom. Okay, so 8 over 10 is equal to 8 divided by 2 over 10 divided by 2. And 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. And now we have the simplest form. Oops. Now we have the simplest form. So therefore, let's write our conclusion. Or we can express 0.8 as for number 5. Yep. So that's all we got for this question. So solution is correct. Yep. Okay, so our next question is asking us, let's copy down. Oops. So how many sides does a circle have? Alright. So first thing we need to mention is that a circle is not polygon. Okay, so only a polygon has side since it's composed of segment. Hence, a circle has no side. But however, circle does have some properties. So let's draw a circle first. So the first thing it has will be what we call the perimeter, and it is calculated by getting its circumference. So perimeter, and also it has diameter, and so it also has a center and a radius. Yeah, so those are some basic and important component of a circle. Yeah, but a circle does not have any side. Okay, so let's leave a comment. solution is correct. Well done. Okay, so next we have, what are the reciprocal identities in trigonometry? Okay, so let's write the question down. So the reciprocal identities in trigonometry. Trigonometry. Okay. Okay. So let's first recall the 6 basic trigonometry functions. So which are, let's use the angle theta, sine theta, and its reciprocal will be CSC cosecant theta, and for cosine theta, its reciprocal will be what we call secant theta, and for tangent theta, its reciprocal is what we call cotangent theta. Okay, and let's say if sine theta is equal to A over B, then cosine theta will be B over A. Yeah, so same thing for the rest as well. So they are switching the position of the numerator and denominator. Okay, so coming back to this question, so the reciprocal of a sine angle is a cosecant angle, which can be written as sine theta is equal to 1 over cosecant theta. And when we're explaining this, it just means the reciprocal of the sine angle is a cosecant angle. Yep. So that's the first one. In the second one, we have our cosine. So cosine theta is equal to 1 over secant theta. Okay. Oops. So this means the reciprocal of the cosine angle is a secant angle. Okay, and last we have our tangent. So tangent theta is equal to 1 over cotangent theta, and it means that the reciprocal of the tangent angle is a cotangent angle. Oops. Cotangent. All right. Okay, so by knowing these 3 reciprocal identities, let's try with some examples. Let's say, so let's say we are given cosecant theta is equal to 2, and we're asking to find the value of sine theta. So in this question, we just apply our formula. which is sine theta, is equal to 1 over cosecant theta, which is just equal to 1 over 2. Okay? And so same thing for cotangent. If we are given tangent theta, let's say we're given cotangent theta. Cotangent theta is equal to 1, and we're asking the value of tangent theta, which the answer would be tangent theta is equal to 1 over cotangent theta, so equal to 1 over 1, which is just 1. Yeah, because the reciprocal of 1 is still 1 itself. Okay, so now let's leave a comment there. So solution is code will done. Okay, so next question. It's asking us, how do you change this 0.5625 into a fraction? Okay. Yeah. So our first step, we observe from the decimal that is at the 10,000th place. So we can rewrite this. So first rewrite 5625 over 10,000. Yeah. We just need to rewrite to. Oops. So we just need to rewrite this into a fraction that has no decimal. Yeah. So we want both numerator and denominator to be integer. Okay. So as you can see here, 5625 are integer, and 10,000 is integer as well. Okay. And now we need to express in the lowest term. Okay. So as you can see, both numbers are ending with a 5. So that means, one number is finishing with a 5, and the other one is ending with a 0. So that means they could be divided by 5 at least. So let's try that. So 5625 divided by 5 will be 1125. And 10,000 divided by 5 is just going to be 2,000. And still, we got a number end at 5 and end at 0. So we divide by 5 again. So 1125 divided by 5 is 225. And 2,000 divided by 5 is 400. So we divide by 5 for both top and bottom. And we will get 45 over 400 divided by 5 is 80. Okay. And then still we divide 5 for both bottom and top as well. So 45 divided by 5 is 9. 80 divided by 5 is 16. And now we found out that we can't simplify anymore because there are no more common factors, which means that it will be our final answer. So therefore, (0.5625) is equal to 9 over 16. Yeah. So I think that's all we got for this question. And yeah, I mean, if you look at the junior tutor's answer, they divide 625 for both the numerator and denominator in one step. That is totally correct as well. It just really depends on how you want to do it. You can also do it in one step, and you can also do it in separate step, as I just showed here. Either way works will lead you to the correct answer. Yep. So let's leave a comment. Solution is correct. Well done. Now we're asking what is the square root of 180. Okay, so square root of 180. Okay, so our first step, we need to apply the square root symbol. Okay, so that becomes to root 180. And then we just need to express 180 as product with a factor of a perfect square. So second, find the perfect square. Find the perfect square. And we know that, 180 is equal to 36 times 5. And recall that root 36 is just equal to 6, right? So now, which means we can rewrite this equation as, so let's rewrite. So root 180 is equal to 6 times 6 times 5, which is equal to 6 squared times 5. And recall that the square root of something squared will just be equal to the number itself. So therefore, we can take the 2 out. Take the 6 out. So we will have 6 root 5. Right? So that will be our final answer. Okay. Yeah, so just remember what perfect square is. And remember, if you want to take a square root of something squared, that will just be equal to the number itself. And let me just write a few more perfect square for your reference. So root 49 is equal to 7. And root 64 is equal to 8. Root 81 is equal to 9. And root 36 is equal to 6. Root 25 is equal to 5. Root 16 is equal to 4, root 9 is equal to 3, and root 4 is equal to 2. So those are some common perfect squares that we used. Okay, so let's leave a comment. Solution is correct. Good job. Okay, so I think those are all the questions for today. And if you enjoyed today's Q&A and would like to be notified of when we do this next, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell below. And if you would like to submit your own questions, please visit the links in the description. Remember to leave a like and a comment and share this video with your friend. And this has been Andrew from